The second this guy crossed into another world, he got shot clean through the heart. His brother walked over and handed him what he thought was a healing potion. Turned out to be high-concentration sulfuric acid. Then his father showed up, stopped them, and casually stomped every bone in his body to dust in the process. The place he'd been sent to? The Demon King's household. As a kid, when he cried to his mom about being bullied by his siblings, she told him he should fight back like a demon. He said if he did that, they'd kill him. His mom just laughed coldly. Simple, just strike first. She also mentioned his father had killed his own 12 brothers to become the Demon King. Then, without warning, she pulled a blade from behind her back and drove it straight into his chest. If someone wants to kill you, I do this, strike first. When he woke up, it was the next morning. He'd spent the night sorting through the original host Caesar's memories. He checked his body. Yesterday's wounds were almost completely healed. His maid told him he'd slept way longer than usual and reminded him it was time for the family dinner. From the memories, he recognized her, his personal maid, Yao Yao. The original host was the most timid of all the siblings, constantly looked down on and bullied. Even Yao Yao had zero respect for him, made him dress himself every time. Once he asked why his brother's servants helped him dress. She said she could help him too, then dumped all her own chores on him instead. That had to change, all of it. He gritted through the aching pain and slowly sat up. Demon healing really was something. Still hurt like hell though. Yao Yao stood to the side with a cold smirk full of contempt. Seeing him moving slowly, she kicked the bed frame hard. The impact nearly knocked him back down. He looked up and locked eyes with her, a bone-chilling killing intent rising in his gaze. Yao Yao froze, instinctively stumbled backward with a sharp gasp. He forced himself upright, spine straight, and walked out the door. Yao Yao stood there, couldn't snap out of it for a solid minute. He let a cold, cutting smile cross his lips. Yesterday's grudges, today's humiliation, every single one would be paid back with interest. He walked straight to the banquet hall entrance. 2 tall demon guards saw him coming. One of them stuck out an arm to block his path, sneering down at him. "Young Master Caesar, you should head back. This isn't a place for you." He looked up at that arrogant face. His smile went even colder. The pressure inside him surged without warning. An aura of pure Demon King bloodline pressure leaked out, uncontrolled. The guard's face drained of color, legs giving out. He dropped to his knees. The other guard panicked, drew his sword, and lunged. The blade came straight for his throat. He slipped sideways, barely dodging. Flipped his wrist, grabbed the guard's arm, and wrenched hard. A sharp crack. Bones snapping. The sword hit the floor with a loud clang, echoing through the hall. Dead silence inside instantly. Every head turned at once. Both sides of the long table were packed with demon clan members. Father sat at the head, expression cold as ice. Eldest sister Arya had an arrow already drawn on her bow. Brother Cain had a bloodthirsty grin tugging at his lips. The rest of the siblings were either laughing or watching in silence, except for the girl in the corner who was looking at him with worried eyes. That was Leah, the youngest sibling, frail since birth, and the only one who had never once mistreated the original host. Father's sharp gaze landed on him, heavy with scrutiny. "Caesar, tough life you've got. Not even those wounds could finish you off," eldest sister scoffed, resting the arrow on the bowstring. "Father, why waste words on trash? Let me send him off right now." She made to release the arrow, but father raised a hand and stopped her. "Today is a family occasion, no bloodshed." Cain flashed a wide grin, all white fangs. Father's right, but keeping this dead weight alive is just a waste of food. Toss him into the demon pit, let the beasts have him. At least he'd be useful for something. The hall erupted in laughter, mockery flying from every direction. He stood there eyes cold, watching these so-called blood relatives. Leah tried to say something, but was silenced by the sister beside her. Father raised a hand for quiet, then looked back at him. "I already know what happened yesterday. Considering your age, I'll let it go. But remember this, in the Demon King's domain, the weak have no right to live." He curled his lip into a cold, savage smile. "Thank you for the lesson, Father. But I've always been the type to pay back every debt. The arrow that pierced my heart yesterday, the foot that crushed my bones today, that bottle of sulfuric acid. Every single one, I will return them all." The air in the hall froze the instant he finished speaking. Every jaw dropped, every eye wide with disbelief. This spineless weakling actually just talked back to father in front of everyone. Cain slammed to his feet, wild demonic energy surging. "You want to die? I'll clean you up for father right now." He turned into a dark blur and launched straight at him. Fast as lightning, his pupils shrank, but not a hint of fear. He twisted hard at the waist, barely slipping past Cain's attack. Right fist loaded with every bit of demonic energy in his body. He drove it full force into Cain's completely unguarded gut. Cain flew backwards and crashed into a pillar. The hall went dead silent again. Every face in the room was frozen in pure shock. Even father, usually stone cold, had a flicker of something strange pass through his eyes. Eldest sister Arya's face twisted ugly, her fingers white-knuckled around the arrow. Leah clapped both hands over her mouth, stunned. He shook out his tingling fist, mind spinning. That move just now was pure instinct, like something buried deep in this body's bones. Was there some secret hidden in this vessel that nobody knew about? Cain hauled himself up, face twisted with rage. "You filthy waste! You dared to sucker punch me?" He lunged again, but father's voice cut him off. "Enough, Cain, stand down." "Don't push it." Cain glared, seething, but didn't dare disobey. He backed off, eyes locked on him with pure hatred. Father slowly rose from the throne, stepped down with commanding presence, his massive frame radiating pressure as he closed the distance. He stood tall, held his ground, met father's gaze, not a single step back. Father and son locked eyes across the air, electricity practically crackling between them. Father slowly circled him once, gaze fixed and unblinking. like he was examining something he'd never seen before. Your demonic energy fluctuation is unusual. His heart clenched. Had Father already spotted something off? Father's overthinking it. I just got lucky and broke through a bottleneck. The Demon King gave a cold grunt, clearly not buying it, but he didn't press further. I'll let today's matter slide. 3 days from now is the Demon Clan's coming-of-age trial ceremony. You will participate. His stomach dropped. From the original host's memories, that trial was brutally dangerous. The death rate was terrifying. Out of every 10 participants, barely one survived. Father was using the trial to finish him off for good. Both Arya and Cain had a gleam of satisfaction in their eyes. They'd clearly seen through Father's real intention, too. He took a slow, deep breath, and a look of cold resolve flashed in his eyes. I'll participate. Father nodded, satisfied, and turned back to the throne. Dismissed. Everyone rose and filed out in order. As Cain passed by, he leaned in low and snarled, On the trial grounds, I'll tear your body apart with my own hands. Arya threw him an ice-cold look. Enjoy your last days and you'll die by my blade. He didn't even flinch and just looked toward Leah in the corner. She gave him a small, quiet nod. Once everyone had cleared out, Yao Yao finally crept up, still with that faint air of contempt. Young master, shall we head back? He glanced at her, voice flat. Starting today, you don't need to follow me anymore. Yao Yao's face dropped, pure panic. Young masters, are you firing me? He didn't respond, just turned and walked away. Barely out of the banquet hall, a dark figure exploded out of the shadows, moving at terrifying speed, going straight for his vitals. He spun sideways just in time. It was an assassin in black, masked, gripping a sharp dagger dripping with potent poison. His heart sank, of course. The Demon King's stronghold was a viper's nest. Dodged the open attacks, then faced the silent ones from the shadows. The assassin missed the first strike and came lunging again. He didn't hesitate, kicked hard at the wrist holding the dagger. The assassin screamed, blade flying loose. He closed the gap instantly and slammed a fist straight into the assassin's temple. The assassin let out a grunt and crashed to the ground, struggling to get back up. He stepped forward and stomped down hard on the assassin's chest. Who sent you? Who's pulling the strings? A flash of vicious resolve crossed the assassin's eyes. He bit down on a poison capsule hidden in his teeth. Black blood seeped from the corner of his mouth. He was gone in seconds. He crouched down, frowning, and checked the body. Found a strange tattoo on the back of the assassin's neck. A blooming black mandragora flower. That wasn't any demon clan marking. Had a foreign faction infiltrated the Demon King's stronghold? He stood up, scanning the hallway with sharp eyes. Completely silent, not a soul in sight. Like the assassination had never happened. He clenched his fist, a cold fire burning in his eyes. Didn't matter who it was. Didn't matter how many schemes were waiting. He wasn't going to sit back and wait to die. Since he'd been thrown into this den of vipers, this Demon King's domain, then he'd cut his own path through the bloodshed and become the one true ruler of this demon world.